welcome to my Sims 4 current household. So you guys are probably like, oh my god, look at all the Sims. I know. And it's not the Millmans because I honestly just haven't been feeling the Millmans. I love the Millmans and I haven't deleted the save, but I just needed some time away from them and to like let something else shine for a little bit because I'm just saying, like, girl, I don't know. I'm kind of like at a standstill with them. Like, I don't know. They just, I don't know why I feel it, but I just feel like they're kind of boring to me at the moment. And I kind of just like wish there was less households to kind of flip between. And I think that's personally my fault because I split the house so much. But yeah. Anyways, so we're here and we are with Stacy Belarus, or Stacy Haas as she is now, an elder in her prime. No, her prime is well over. But this is Stacy and Harley Haas. They are the ones who had the quads, and if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're like, girl, you can't have quads in The Sims 4, go back and watch the stream. It happened. It's a thing. I don't know. It happened. It's over now. We had to take care of those kids, and now they've got their own babies. So that's that. So Stacy is still in the business career. She is not doing that great, to be honest. Like, she is definitely lacking, can you say? But she has got everything good to go. She is ready for a promotion, and she has completed her life to wish, which I have actually changed. She originally had Mansion Baron, I do believe, or something like that. It just wasn't fitting them. They're not obviously living in a mansion. I mean, with the amount of freaking money that they got now, they could be. The only reason they got that is because Stacy has decided to put up that bakery of theirs up for sale. It sold for a whopping 150,000 simoleons for the fact that your girl had a really nice bakery going for her. It just wasn't working for me for the fact that I just don't have time to take care of it anymore. Like, Stacy knows it, she sees it, she gets it, she was okay with that, and so we moved past. Anyways, I don't know why we have a birthday cake on the counter because I saw it when we ran in. I am going to show you guys the house and things, but Stacy is very, very close to being at her end of her lifespan. Yeah, she lived 136. I don't really understand, but you know, we'll go with it. We'll go with that flow. She is also shrewd because of the fabulously wealthy aspiration now, and so that is just whew, that's interesting. Are these candles blown out? I think so. Is it anyone's birthday? I don't think so. Okay, Riley's home. Girl, okay. Anyways, so this is Miss Stacy, and you know, she was my first ever sim that I created in The Sims 4. My cats. I swear to goodness, my cats. Like, I'm about to rip a cat off a wall. Okay. No, but she was my first sim that I ever created, and I love her to freaking death, girl. I just think she's so freaking cute. Like, I don't know, like, she is just still my bae. She's my first sim in The Sims 4, let me say. But she's cute. She's got lots going for her. So she has quite the family tree if I look in here. So it is her and Harley, her husband, and Harley is right here. He's actually at work. Their quads are Brendan, Chase, Sean, and Riley. And they all still live at home. They really, really do. The whole thing is when Stacy had her quads, she always had told them that no matter what, she would be there for them. And if they felt that they needed to live at home, then so freaking be it. Live at home. She didn't care. As long as her kids were well taken care of, she doesn't care. She loves that her grandkids are literally a fingertip away from being taken care of all the time by somebody. She just freaking loves it. Like, I have photos of her, girl, and she is like loving on those babies more than you probably would expect, to be honest with you. Anyways, so that is kind of that, and I think it's somebody's birthday, so I'm gonna try and figure out whose birthday it is, because like I'm a little bit confused. Who's aging up? Hello, everyone. Hello, hi. Nope, not you. No, not you. Oh, It's Caleb's birthday. Okay. So go ahead and blow out your candles, because that way we'll get that out of the way, and then people can start eating the cake, because I'm sure everyone is dying for a piece. Anyways, we're going to have Stacy go back in here. So Stacy has always been in the business career. Once she finishes this, I would like her to retire. I don't know if she's going to pass away before then, but I would just like her to go ahead and to at least get to that point where, you know, she's completed everything and she gets everything out of it, because I just think like that would be really, really nice. Anyways, so we are going to go ahead and have her pick up or take a piece of this. So her and Harley, when they had the quads, had a rough phase where they were really, really, really not getting along at all after having the quads. I think it was the fact of raising 4 children all at freaking once. Like, it's a little bit much if you don't, if you get what I'm saying. So she had a really, really hard time, her and Harley, like making it through and whatever. But he is doing really well in his career. Actually, he is a musician and he is pretty close to the top. He needs to finish getting his piano skill up and playing an instrument, and he will literally have it. So that's something to be pretty proud of, if you ask me. He hasn't finished his aspiration yet, which is he needs to just craft some stuff on the wood table and to achieve level 6 in the logic scale, which he is pretty close to the beginning of this. So he is going to be kind of switching his focus to that, but he is a little bit younger than Miss Thang over here, and so he might live a little bit longer than her, I'm kind of hoping, because that would be a little bit more helpful than what you are expecting. Alright, child, what do you need? Oh, Billy Basils. Okay. Jade, go ahead and give him some food, please. And then you, oh, so cute. Alright, you just need to get a bath, so let's get you to give him a bath. Hold on, just give me a second to take care of these toddlers. There's so many of them. Give him a bath, and then what does he need? He needs hunger, so we're gonna have you go ahead and give him food, and then these babies are crying. They would be. Okay, so we need Riley to kind of come and take care of them. I did not mean to click that. That. And Caleb. Okay. So that's pretty much that with Harley and all of them. Like, he legit is at work. He's working hard. They're still working very hard because even though their family has a really nice, like, set of money that they're living on right now, which is $150,000, like, that can go away in an instant. You know what I'm saying? So we just really needed, like, extra hands in this to try and take care of it. Anyways, so then we have Miss Annette, and she is actually married to Sean, our son, one of the quads. And okay, so here's the thing about this. Annette was a really sweet girl. I loved her. Yeah, until she started making fights within the family. So at the wedding between Annette and Sean, things were doing really well. I was really happy with Annette. I thought she was the freaking cutest thing in the entire world for Sean. And they're, like, so nerdy together. It just, like, blew my mind, and it was so sweet. Ends up that Annette has kind of a nasty side to her. And when she moved in, the first thing she told Chase was that he should go and have a visit from the Grim Reaper. Okay, I'm just saying. Like, you did not say that to my brother. So Sean started to yell at Annette because, you know, he was like, yo, this is my bro, like, chillax, like, you don't say that stuff. And Annette was like, listen, he started it, like, he started telling me I was fat, and she was making this completely all up. He was not saying any of this. She was saying that, like, he was picking on her looks, and, like, so it's made a battle between Sean and Chase, and the whole battle is that, and the whole problem is that, it's made it to the point where Sean and Chase are literally getting physical with one another because of the fact that he feels like his wife is being disrespected. And it's making Sean kind of want to move out because with the triplets, because he feels like like, if I can't trust my own brother to treat my wife with respect, like, how can I live with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's not going to be respectful to my son, like, there's no point in it. And so he is in the wrong bed. He is in the wrong bed. Get out of that bed. You're not going to bed there. Go here. But anyways, so that's kind of like how he's feeling, and he's like, how can I expect my family to treat my wife with respect, like, if I'm going to disrespect her and live in a house where she is disrespected? So they're kind of having, like, an internal like, fight, but the whole thing is Annette was the one who started it. Like, Chase was so sweet. He even defended her at her wedding, and, like, beat somebody up, and then it, like, backfired on him, and now she's just, like, spreading rumors all around town, and people are, like, getting this really bad aura from him. And it was like, oh my God, like, he has gotten yelled at so many times just going to the park and things like that. And it's just getting really, 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 really sad. And, like, I don't really know what is going on or why they're doing the things that they're doing, but it is becoming a problem. Like, it's becoming a legit problem. And so I don't want to be, like, disrespectful to her and, like, kick her out, because obviously, like, she's here and these are her kids, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I get it, but, like, Stacy sees what she's doing. She knows, and she is gonna legit stab a hoe. Like, she sees how Annette is pulling her family apart, and Stacy is such a family person. Like, she does not respect that. She doesn't respect that Annette is so nasty that she could legit say the things that she's saying when it's not true. And so it's becoming a problem, and, you know, everyone is like, freaking hates Annette. I'm not even joking. Like, everyone freaking hates her. And the only thing that Stacy keeps her mouth shut for is the fact that her grandkids live here, and she doesn't want to be like, listen, you know, you can't live at my house if you're gonna be such a skank, all right? No, but she's just, like, you know, she's trying to be sweet about the whole thing and, like, take care of the deal, but it's not ending up well. It's really, really not. And so she is kind of trying to, like, keep her mouth shut about the whole thing, because she knows it's really not her place. But again, she doesn't really want to overstep her bounds, and she knows that it's not her place to say something, because it's, you know, obviously not, like, her, it's not her wife or anything, you know what I mean? So she knows that the best thing for her right now to do is to just be quiet about it and just kind of let Sean and Chase figure it out on their own, even knowing it kind of, like, kills her, because she wants to be able to, like, do it, but she just can't. So anyways, Annette doesn't have a job. She is legit living off of us, and she just wants to have a successful lineage, which she should have with her triplets, which really surprised me, by the way, because I was not freaking expecting triplets, and then I got triplets and I almost, like, peed myself, so I'm just saying. But then we have Brendan, and Brendan has quite the storyline going for him. So he met a girl at a bar and fell in love with her, and he, you know, didn't care for the fact of, like, asking if, you know, asking all of, like, the personal questions, like, where do you come from, what's your name, blah blah blah. Like, he knew some of it but not all of it. And so they got a little bit drunk and ended up sleeping together that night. She comes back a week later, and well, she didn't come back, but it came up a week later that this girl that he has been seeing is actually a freaking teen. And he's like, no way, like, I know her. She's so mature for her age. Like, there's no way that girl is a freaking teen. Like, there's no way. And so he went, his brother pulled him aside at a bar and had told him about it, and he had trudged off in the ways of the world to go see this girl that he had been seeing, and to tell her, like, listen, these are the rumors that's going around, and, like, I need you to kind of, like, tell me they're not true, because if they're true, I could get myself in so much freaking trouble. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, I can't be with little kids. And ended up being that the The truth, what his brother had told him was actually the truth. And it freaked Brendan out. He flipped out on her. He left. He was about to, like, break up with her when she said, but you can't break up with me now because everyone will know, because I'll have to tell everyone that you broke up with me and I'm, like, a single mom. And he was like, wait, a single mom? How are you going to be a single mom? You don't have any kids? And she was like, I'm pregnant. And so Brendan loved her to death. Like, he loved her. It wasn't a problem for him to step in and be a parent. But to be a parent with a girl who is a teenager, and the whole story behind her of her, like, running from her family, and that's why she's so mature, probably does not settle well with the police department. So he decided that it'd be best if they got married as soon as possible, and if she moved in, to kind of hide the secret a little bit better. So he asked her to move in, and she did. Her name is Maya Campbell, and you guys have probably seen photos of her because they've been posting about this family. So Maya is actually a teen, and she is still quite a ways away from aging up. She's 14 days away from aging up. But these two are freaking so happy. She ended up getting pregnant, and she had Miss Sally, and I think she's adorable. I don't know how well of a mom Maya is going to be with her such a young of age. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, but I do know that the teen pregnancy was very, very difficult on Maya. She almost died in labor because she is such a small little girl. Like, not such a little girl, but she's such a small girl that it took a really big toll on her, and she lost a lot of blood in the surgery. And Brendan, for once, while that was all going down, realized that he legit can't spend his life without her. He loves her so much, and he would legit go to jail for her. Like, he loves her that much, and he knows her story and, like, what happened to her at her home that made her run away, and, like, he knows how, you know, he is the only thing she has. You know what I'm saying? And when she first originally moved in, Caleb, the little dog of himself, started to flirt with Maya, not knowing she was a teen. And Brendan told him to knock it off, that it was inappropriate, like it was his girl, and he wasn't going to let no one do that. Ended up being that Brendan and Caleb got into a fist fight. And it left Caleb very, very bloody, which then again, because obviously Caleb is Riley's man, made Riley and Brendan fight. Like, why would you put your hands all over him? Like, that's just inappropriate. It's been a big mess. A lot of drama is going down in this family. But Brendan is still in the athlete career. He is a level 5, so he's doing pretty well. He is getting close to getting another promotion, which is awesome. And his aspiration is the bodybuilder, which he is almost completed. He is so freaking close. Like, I can't freaking wait. He is so close. And when he finishes, with this, then he can pretty much do whatever he wants to do for the rest of his life. Like, he'll have the rest of his life to figure it out. Though these guys are getting pretty old. Actually, they're 10 days away from being an elder, which I know it sounds crazy because these guys are still here, which I think is kind of weird, but like, I don't know. They're still living. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know. Anyways, so that's about them. Like I said, Maya is still in high school. That was her dirty little secret that she was kind of hiding from him. And she has the Renaissance Sim aspiration, so we will be doing stuff with that. She doesn't have much to tell from her friends. She doesn't really have a lot of friends. I mean, she has like 1 or 2 here and there of people that, you know, helped her out when she was trying to get away from her crazy family, which I'm not going to go into that story now. That's, you know, that's Maya's thing to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she wants to let you guys know, she will let you guys know. Anyways, so next up is Sean, and I've kind of pretty much shown you Sean in his family life because he has got a freaking crazy life going down. He's got his triplets, Logan, Keelan, and Matthias, and they are freaking trouble and a half, let me tell you. They have been, it has been so hard on Sean to be a dad, especially with someone that he is kind of falling out of love with. He loves Annette, but he doesn't love who she's become, if that makes any sense at all. Like, he loves her for who she who she used to be, like when he first met her, but he hates who she is today. He really, 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 really doesn't like who she is today. And so that's become a freaking problem, and we always are trying to work through it, and so they're always bickering and yelling, and like it's becoming a problem because of the triplets, like, and Stacy keeps saying, you guys just got to work it out. You guys got to try and like work it out for the kids, either break up and, you know, one of you go your separate way, which obviously would be Annette, or one of you has to, like, you know, step up, be the man, take it like it is, and move forward, because we can freaking not have you guys living like you guys are. Like, you guys are becoming a problem, and we can't have you guys be a problem. Like, that's not okay. And so it's been very, very, very difficult to kind of get the triplets together, and like for them to work together. I mean, they still freaking sleep in the same bed, but I don't think it's like going very well at all for them. Like, they're seriously probably gonna get divorced at the rate that they're going. It is going really bad. So Annette has no idea, but like Sean is kind of like planning to possibly get a divorce because he's not very happy in the marriage. And he doesn't like how she kind of like plays them. And Stacy has taken him aside and kind of like told her what she sees and like let him make the decision, but she's just like letting him know that that's what she's seeing, and like she doesn't like it, and so she kind of like writes it off as a problem. And so she kind of like let him know, and so he is kind of like at the point of like, you know, if I want to raise my kids and I want to be happy in life, like I have to actually make myself happy, and I'm not happy, so I'm just gonna kind of like cut out what's making me not happy, and that one thing that's not making him happy is the fact that, you know, his wife is legit trying to break up the friendship that him and his brother have, and him and his brother were really, really, really good friends, like probably best friends, and now they freaking hate each other. Like, they legit like would cut each other's throat if they could. So he kind of sees that ever since she's come into the picture, things have started to happen, and things are not going that right way, and so he kind of wants to cut that situation out, and the only way to do that is to cut her, either kick her out and not get divorced and try to work it out like living separately, which I don't know if that's something he might want to consider, or getting a divorce and kind of moving on their own ways. That's kind of like the only ways that they could probably work it out. I don't really, with everyone living in this house all at the same time, tensions are already very high because there are so many freaking people and so many different attitudes and personalities and whatever going down. So it is very, very difficult. And so I just think like maybe she just needs to step back a little bit and kind of like just look at like what's going down and then try to go from there. That might be helpful to her as well, but I don't really know. Anyways, then we have Miss freaking Riley. She is my girl, like my only baby girl from Generation 2 from the quads. She, with pregnancy, let her hair grow out, and she let it grow long. This is what she used to look like, but she let it grow longer. And she is loving being a mom, but she has noticed that Caleb is very freaking distant. Very freaking distant. Like, probably barely ever, 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 ever talks with her or is romantic with her. Like, the last time they woohooed was before she, like, when she got pregnant with the twins. So she does recognize that Caleb is very, very distant, and she doesn't really know what's going on, and she wants to freaking marry him, but, like, who wants to marry somebody who doesn't even want to be there for you after you have a baby together? You know what I'm saying? Like, she is kind of freaking out. Like, they just had twins, and now all of a sudden, like, he is, like, distant as can be, and Annette is holding a secret about him, which I'm not going to divulge quite yet. But it will be on Twitter. It'll be posted there first, and then in the next current household probably it'll be there. But yeah, so she does have a secret that she knows about Caleb, and Caleb doesn't know that she knows it. but it could potentially get him in quite a bit of trouble. And he doesn't know that Annette knows, and Annette is kind of friends with Riley. Like, I think they're kind of close. I can't really remember. Let me look. I think they're kind of close. Never mind. She freaking hates her. So maybe Annette and Riley will spend a day together, and Annette might spill the beans. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she'll take that to her grave for Caleb. Maybe her and Caleb are better friends. I don't really know. But she does know about it, and she hasn't told anyone yet, so it is going to be interesting to try and figure out what she's going to do with that dirty, dirty information that she's got, because, you know, she can use it as blackmail, and she could actually blackmail Sean with it if he tries to kick her out, like, you know, kind of, because obviously the three boys try to protect their little sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, Riley's the youngest of them all, even though it looks like Chase. He's not aging. For some reason, it's really weird. But anyways, so they try to protect their sister as much as they freaking can. Like, legit, they want her to be so happy, and they don't want her heart to be broken. So if they can do anything to kind of protect her, they will. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if things are gonna blow up in Caleb's face, or if Net's gonna kind of hold it and like use that against Sean. I don't know, but I know that things could get really, really into a sticky situation here in a little bit. But I did tell you that Sean is in the astronaut career, correct? I don't think so. But he is level 6, and his aspiration is the nerd brain, and he is on the second part of that. So he's like halfway there, which I don't think is horrible, but it's not amazing. Alright, so the babies are crying again, so let me go ahead. Oh my goodness, there's a vampy in my house. Let's go ahead and take care of these babies real quick, and then I'll continue talking about the rest of the family, because they have some... What is she doing? No. You're gonna take care of this baby. They have some very, very difficult stories to tell, and like things like that. But anyways... So, yeah, so Riley is with Caleb, and again, as you can see, she wants to get engaged to him, but, like, I don't know, he's pulling back, and she's kind of scared to, like, put herself out there for him, because, like, it's the first time she's ever thought about, like, marriage. Riley never saw herself with kids or with a husband, but, like, now that she's got them, like, she just feels like, you know, now would be a good time to think about possibly getting married and, you know, being a family with Caleb and the babies. But with Caleb being so distant, she kind of feels like now is maybe not the time. But she still wants to be married. Like, she still wants that for them. She still wants that family figure, and she would love for it to happen, but she's scared of, like, what's going on with Caleb, and she doesn't really know what's going on with him, so she doesn't want to, like, ask and then be denied or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So... she's just kind of holding out, hoping Caleb is going to come around. And maybe it's just like he's in shock kind of from having the twins. She doesn't really know, so she's giving it some time. But she is in the painter career. She is a level 7, and she is on 2 of 4 of her aspiration as well, which I think is really, really nice. So she just got to view and admire some paintings at the museum, and then she'll be pretty much done. So Jade moved in, or... what happened was Jade was living with Eva. Eva was her roommate, and Eva actually kicked her and Scott out as a baby. Scott was a baby when she kicked him out. And she came, and she was boyfriend and girlfriend with Chase, but it wasn't really serious at the time. She came and knocked on his door at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, which is this house's front door, and was like, listen, I was just kicked out, and I don't really have a place to go. I was just wondering if I could stay here. And Chase was very reluctant to let her live here, because he's not sure himself if he wanted to be a father, or if he could love a stepchild or a half son or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just wasn't sure he could love someone like the way that they should be loved by a father. And he was really scared about that. But ever since Jade has moved in, he has fallen head over heels in love with her. And he has decided that he wants to ask Jade to adopt Scott. Like, he freaking loves Scott so freaking much. He would do anything for that boy. And since he doesn't really have a father figure, because obviously his father isn't in the picture, He just thinks it would be so cool if he could just adopt. He doesn't need to have his own personal son. Like, he's literally raised Scott from freaking day one almost as it is. Like, why does he need to have his own child? Like, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? So he is actually going to propose to Jade soon, like marriage, but he's also going to propose that he adopts her son, that, you know, he takes his last name and they can just raise him together for the rest of their lives. And if Jade wants to have a baby later on, maybe, I don't know, maybe they could have more, but I don't think honestly that she's going to want to. Like, she loves Scott to death, and even knowing it's not technically Chase's son, like I said, he wants to adopt him, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think Jade would wholeheartedly say yes. I honestly think she would. She loves Chase to death. She wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that. She's working on getting better friends with Stacy. It's been a little bit rough, but she's good friends with Riley, and so she really enjoys that these guys have like put themselves out there for her. They've helped her get out of a rough time that she was in, and so she just feels like, you know, these people have given her everything that she needed in life, and why wouldn't she? You know, like, what would be the one good reason she wouldn't let him adopt? There isn't really one. But she came here. She's in the business career, so her and Stacy kind of talk about that quite often because they have something to share. You know, they have that in common, and I think that it kind of helps Jade, like, open up a little bit, because Jade is a very shy person. Like, when you first meet her, she's very, very shy, and so she doesn't really open up, and I think that's what took Chase so long to kind of like fall in love with her, was because she was so freaking shy, and like he would talk to her and she would kind of just sit there and not really say anything. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that she is so shy. Like, she couldn't come out of her shell, but she's kind of coming out of her shell now, talking with Stacey a little bit about the job. They go to work together, they get in the same car and go together. It's one of the sweetest freaking things. Like, I love it. And it's kind of, Stacy almost feels like Jade is her second daughter. Like, it's the sweetest thing because of that. Like, she kind of looks up to Jade as her second daughter. Like, she is my girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I freaking love it. I do. Anyways, so the next one that I'll talk about is Chase, which we've pretty much already covered it. So we know his story, and he is in the entertainer career, which is also like his father, which is the musician. He's at the musician side. He's a level 7, and on his aspiration, he is a musical genius, which he is getting very, very close to completing as well. And then we have Caleb. So, Caleb has a lot going on. He is a serial romantic, let me remind you. And he does not have a job. He is literally, the only reason he agreed to move in with Riley was because, one, he was not able to afford his bills on his own. And two, he knew that she had money. So Caleb is not a legit person. He does not legitly love Riley, and he probably never will. And so I just think, like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care what happens to them and what happens to her. He does love his kids, though, and that is his internal dilemma, and that's why he's still here. So if he didn't have the kids, like a week before he found out that Riley was actually pregnant, he thought about, what if I just up and disappeared? Why stick around when I'm unhappy? And, you know, he had other girls out there, and still has other girls out there, that he's interested in. He isn't interested in just Riley. Obviously, he wants to be with multiple partners, and he has been. He has definitely gotten around, let me tell you. So Caleb is, like, not really into Riley anymore. He doesn't find her attractive anymore after she got pregnant and put on some weight. Her edge that she had, or that he thought she had for him, is gone. She has more of a motherly figure now. Like, she is more caring and less reckless when she does things. Like, she doesn't do things out of impulse. She does them, you know, can we afford it? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like, she's more of the mama bear now, and he doesn't really like that in her. He likes a bad girl, and Riley is no longer really a bad girl. Like, she's changed her whole attitude after becoming a mom. Like, it's completely changed her, and it's changed her for the better. But Caleb is still interested in some other things. So he has been kind of seeing some other girls. His other girls are Kay Harlow. He flirted with May, the girl in the house, the teenager. He flirted with her, or Maya, I mean. He flirted with her quite a few times, which ended up making Brendan and him fight. He's also been with Rico Mori, which she actually caught him cheating on, well, what she thought was cheating on her, with Lily Fang. And yes, Lily is married. So he has definitely gotten himself around. He is definitely kind of doing what he's got to do. And that's the dirty little secret that Annette knows about. She actually saw him woohooing with Kay in the hot tub outside while Riley was at work. And Riley has no idea that he has been seeing other girls, going out on the town with them, drinking, sleeping with them. And she's over here pining for him, wanting to be with him for the rest of her life. And he is legit, like, not into that thing. Like, he is not into her that way at all, which is so sad. I've already told you about Maya. I've told you about Scott. And then we have just the boys. We have Logan, Kilium, and Matthias, which are the triplets by Sean and Annette. And then we have Miss Sally, which Miss Sally is Brendan and Maya's. And then we have the twins, Aaron and Valencia, which are these two right here, these little babies. But yeah, so that is pretty much my family and what I've been playing off screen. It's a lot of drama going down, a lot of things to come, a lot of things that are going to happen or that I have planned for these guys. Originally, I used to do my LP on them, but they've just become a current household for me because I really loved this family. I love their house, which is up on the gallery if you guys want to go ahead and download it because, you know, you have that option. Now, obviously, there is some CC in here, like some of the wallpapering and stuff, and these toddler beds are what do you call it? CC, because I need that. Eventually, this room is going to become 2 sets of bunk beds, which I have bunk beds that are mods in my game as well, and it's going to be for all 4 of the boys. And then I'll have to figure out something for Sally and Valencia, and then Aaron will eventually move in here with a single bed at some point. But I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that, and I kind of say this like in the sweetest way, that one of the children will be able to take over the master bed downstairs. And I'll probably honestly give it to Riley because she's got the smallest room out of everyone's, I do believe. Maybe hers or Chase, one or the other. But they'll take that room, and the girls will take this room eventually. That's what I'm hoping for. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed it or have any questions or would like to see more, definitely give this a thumbs up if you'd like to see more. Leave comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to follow the channel if you enjoyed this. And I will talk to you guys in my very next one. Thanks very much for watching.